If you're thinking of buying or selling a house, you're at an exciting decision point. And anytime you make a big decision like that, one thing you should always consider is timing. So what does the rest of the year hold for the housing market? Well, there are three major points to look for. Number one is the number of homes available for sale is likely to grow. There are early signs that housing inventory is starting to grow, and experts say that it should continue in the months ahead. According to Daniel Hill, who's the chief economist at Realtor.com, he says, quote, "The gap between this year's homes for sale and last year's is 1/5 the size that it was at the beginning of the year. The catch-up is likely to continue, and this growth will mean more options for shoppers than they've had in a while, even though inventory continues to lag pre-pandemic normal," end quote. So what does this mean if you are a buyer? Well, if you are a buyer, that means you will have more options. Just remember, housing supply is still low, so be ready to act fast and put in your best offer up front. And if you're a seller, your house may soon face more competition when other sellers decide to list their homes. But the good news is, if you are also buying your next home, having more options to choose from should make that move up process much easier. And point number two is that mortgage rates will likely to continue to respond to inflationary pressures. Experts also agreed that inflation should continue to drive up the mortgage rates, but at a more moderate pace. 𝗦𝗢𝗨𝗕𝗘, the deputy chief economist at First American, says, quote, "Ongoing inflationary pressure remains likely to push mortgage rates even higher in the months to come," end quote. So again, what does this mean if you are a buyer? Well, if you're a buyer, that means you have to work with a trusted real estate professional and including your lender, so you can learn how rising mortgage rates environments impact your purchasing power. It may make more sense to buy now before the cost to do so increase, if you're ready, that is. And if you're a seller, rising mortgage rates will be motivating factors for homeowners to make a move sooner than later. But if you're planning to buy your next home, talk to a trusted real estate advisor and decide how to time your move. And last but not least, the point number three is that home prices are projected to continue to climb. Home prices will continue to appreciate because there are still fewer homes for sale on the market than there are buyers. That said, experts agree that the pace of the appreciation should moderate, but home prices won't fall. Lawrence Yoon, the chief economist at National Association of Realtors, explains, quote, "Prices throughout the country have surged for the better part of 2 years, including in the first quarter of 2022. Given the extreme low inventory, we are likely to see prices decline, but appreciation should slow in the coming months," end quote. So again, if you are planning to buy a home, continued home price appreciation means it will cost you more to buy a house the longer you wait. But it also gives you a peace of mind that once you do buy a home, it will likely to grow in value. That's good. That means it historically is a good investment and a strong hedge against inflation. And lastly, if you are planning to sell your home, price appreciation is always great news. But don't forget to ask a professional to strike the right balance of the best condition possible for both selling your house and buying your next one. Bottom line, whether you're a buyer or seller, you need to know what's happening in the housing market so you can make the most informed decision possible. So let's connect to discuss your goals and what lies ahead so you can pick the best time to make the move.